is The Sunday Project.
From singing about dreams to having them come true, our next guest is here to tell us all about her journey to stardom.
Dami Im first graced our screens singing a song about dreams, and it was clear from the first note that she was a sensation. This shy Korean-born Aussie made her own dreams a reality, her fans, or Dami Army, following her all the way to Eurovision, where she topped the judges' vote and came second overall, our highest ever placing. Robbed! Dami's success might seem like a dream, but the path wasn't always easy. Now she's telling all in her new memoir, Dreamer.
I'm a dreamer, a believer. I know what I want, I know who I am.
We all love her. Would you please welcome Dami Im? It's so great to see you. It's so great to see how much love there is for you as well.
Hello. Yeah, it's so lovely. Thank you, everyone. I feel so welcome.
The book is called Dreamer. Is it a dream getting a book out?
Yes, I never imagined I would have a book out, but yeah, I'm really living the dream. Can't complain. Can't believe it.
Well, speaking of dreams, you've just had a beautiful little baby boy, Harry. I think we've got some photos here that we can have a look at. There he is.
Oh, too cute.
We all melted
So
this
cute.
afternoon when we saw that for the first time. Is that a dream come true for you?
Definitely. Well, actually, no, I've never been a real maternal person, so I was a bit hesitant. But once I saw the baby, it was so cliche, but as soon as I saw him, I was just like, I love you. I'm going to protect you. So, yeah, I love him.
Has he registered for Eurovision yet? Are you gonna...
Not yet, no. I'm going to take that place.
Yeah. Dami, you are so generous with what you share in your book, and one of the things was your time at record label Sony. How would you describe your time at the label and the relationship that you had there?
Yeah, so this was something that was quite difficult to talk about, but I did really need to write about this in my book. And yeah, it was a toxic environment being at Sony. And, you know, I've had days where I would be locked up in the toilet just crying because it was just mentally so distressing. And I've had, you know, I would be working on albums and music videos. You know, it takes a lot of time and a lot of team effort to get that together. Just then to have it squashed and cancelled, thrown in the bin, without me ever getting to even see some of it. So I still have some music videos that I haven't even got to see, even though I paid for it as well.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a really tough time for me and all the other artists, essentially.
Yeah. I'm so sorry you had to go through that, but there was a moment for you, a moment of change, and where you kind of, you know, took control. Do you want to take us through that meeting that you had and you know, when you decided to make a pretty big decision with your career?
Yeah, so in the book, there's a chapter called Boardroom. It's my favourite chapter, and it's essentially, I reached a breaking point where I thought I've had enough, and I went into a meeting, and they were just men in suits, lawyers, just to intimidate me, I think. And I was clearly outnumbered, but I had to go in there, told them, if this is going to be my career, I can't have this anymore. And if you keep wanting me to record these covers that I wasn't wanting to do anymore, and then I'm happy to be off the record label. And I was essentially saying I was ready to give up my career and never sing again or record another album. Yeah, I've had enough. And having that meeting, it was actually cathartic because that was the first time. I'm not a confrontational person, but to just step up and just say, look, I'm done with you and I'm leaving. So that's a good, I guess, good and sort of bittersweet moment of my time there.
That's a few years ago now. It's taken time for you probably to feel that you've got the courage to be able to speak up. Why did you decide to speak up?
I've seen some staff members, ex-staff from Sony, have spoken up about their difficult time at Sony. But for artists, no one's really been able to step up and talk about this, because I understand why it's really scary, and to think that your dreams will never, come true again. You can never make music, and we've been working for all our lives to record these albums, and it's scary to come forward in case there's a real threat that Sony could make sure you'll never sing again. But I thought someone needs to come forward and talk about this, and I feel like I have the power, and I'm in a position where I don't really care or fear what they're going to do to me. I still make the music I want and have a career. So, yeah, thank you.
Good on you. Power to you.
Yeah, and to write that all in a book, it's something I really needed to do, and it was just cathartic, and be able to finish that chapter and move on to a fresh new chapter.
I'm so sorry that that's what you've gone through, Dami, because you make us all so proud, the way you represent us as a country when you go to places like Eurovision, and you do it with such brilliance and charm and dignity. So I'm sorry it was so shit, but thank you for...
Yeah, well, I have to say I've had some amazing time as well. It wasn't just bad time. I got to sing on that stage representing Australia at Eurovision.
Should have won, honey.
We all know you were robbed.
Thank you. Yeah, but I mean, I've got so much support from my Dami Army and my fans in Australia and all over the world. So I am, it was such a moment for me in my career. So love Eurovision.
Well, Dami's book, Dreamer, is out now. For all of you Dami Army, please put your hands together for Dami Im.
We'll have to take a quick break and back in a moment.